Okay. Is this coming into a nice conclusion without a decision? Maybe this doesn't have a good bad ending. I feel like both the other ones had that. I think they normally have them, right?
すみません。もう大丈夫です。
Right. When she's cried her fill, Sachi firmly wipes her cheeks dry and raises her head from its resting place against my chest.
お見苦しいところをお見せしてしまってすみませんでした。
Yeah, some things you don't move on from some mannerisms so quickly, eh? Nothing to worry about. A girl's tear-stained face is a special privilege reserved for her boyfriend.
じゃあ私の涙はゆうくんのご褒美に。
Oh, don't say yes. I did just blow up a skull for you, remember? I don't think it's too much to ask.
そういえば私たち美浜学園を壊してしまったんですよ。あまりにもびっくりしすぎてなんだかあまり実感がありません。
Oh god, the explanation after this. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we did. Probably going to cause Sakaki and company a lot of trouble. Not to mention everyone who works there. I just put some people's livelihoods online, didn't I?
そういえば皆さんは寮は大丈夫なのでしょうか。
As she finally realized the potential for collateral damage involved with this little show, the color changed from Sachi's face. Oh, don't worry about them. They're in a safe place.
それならよかったです。
An expression of pure relief spreading across her face, Sachi brings a hand to her chest as if to slow the frantic beating of her heart. It's a simple, earnest gesture. One that speaks volumes about her feelings towards our classmates.
ですが皆さんに迷惑をかけたことに変わりがないとするとここは二人で腹を切ってお詫びするべきでしょうか。
A very very tempting offer, but that would kind of make this whole thing pointless, don't you think?
そういえばそうですね。
My goodness. It feels like it's been an awfully long time since I've had one of those distinctive pure Sachi moments. That brings me a slight sense of relief. Somehow it makes me feel like this all wasn't a waste of effort on my part. Well, we can't exactly go put the school back together again, but like I told you before, I spent some time on the planning phase here, and a big part of that was figuring out how to keep the damage and fuss to a minimum.
そういえばあんなに大きな爆発があったのにあまり大きな騒ぎになっていないみたいです。
Yeah, I guess we got to thank Chizuru and JP for that one.
ということは春寺さんや学園長さんはこうなることを知っていたんですか？
When we entered the principal's office, didn't you notice that most of the books and documents were missing?
はい、全然気づきませんでした。
Okay. Well, I can see other things to worry about at the time, but in any case, yeah, I got myself in some pretty serious debt to make this happen.
それはどれくらいの借りなんでしょう？
Oh, don't worry. I'll just be paying it off for the rest of my life together. Let's see. Even if I work the rest of my life for free, I doubt I'd be able to pay this one back. Handle this sort of thing wrong, and there's a possibility I end up getting disposed of through an accidental death.
そんな自分がそんなことになるかもしれないのにゆうくんはあれだけのことを？
From what I've seen, this is the only way I get through to you. He needs to fail through success. If all I wanted was to get rid of that test, I could have just asked Chizuru.
私にはその選択肢すら浮かびませんでした。
Exactly the reason I had to blow up the school instead. Sachi draws a sharp little breath and looks away, a tinge of sadness and guilt in her eyes. You know, Sachi,
はい。
a little while ago, I said you were wrong to think that being a good girl would protect your happiness. But to be honest, I can't say your way of thinking was entirely mistaken. As a kid, you struggled desperately to find that answer. It got you back on your feet. You fought hard all this time, living by that belief, And eventually you found people who understand you and care about you. You found what you're looking for. That's not a way of life you need to be ashamed of. But there's one important thing to keep in mind. You can't allow yourself to lose sight of what you're trying to protect.
私が守ろうと思ったもの。
Yeah. No one's asking you to change who you are. You're probably going to keep being a pretty good kid. And that means people are going to keep asking you for favors. And that's fine. All you need to do is think over every request individually. Think about what they're asking you, and why. Think about whether it's reasonable. Think about the consequences of saying yes and then accept or decline. I know you're capable of making those decisions for yourself, Sachi. But if your confidence ever wavers, come to me and we'll talk it over together. I'll rack my brains with you until you make up your mind one way or another.
ゆうくん。
There's not much else I can do, but I'll always be there to listen.
今の言葉を聞いて、私、やっとわかりました。
Understand.
はい、ゆうくんが私に出したもう一つの課題。私が海でゆうくんの袖を引っ張ったのはどうしてなのか。その答えです。
Ah, come to think of it, I did ask something like that.
はい。でも、私にはその答えがわからなくて、結局、皆さんに相談に乗っていただくことになりました。
I see. So I guess that would explain the regular meetings Sakaki mentioned the other day.
そして、皆さんが言うには、その課題の答えはとても簡単で、私がゆうくんのことを好きになったからだそうなんです。その答えは当たっていたでしょうか？
Why ask me? Probably faster to ask your heart, or hormones, if you're feeling more pragmatic.
確かにそうかもしれません。私は皆さんが考えたように、もうずっと前からたった一つの気持ちに動かされていたんです。
And what makes you think that?
ついさっきまでは全然そんなことなかった。でも今はこうして隣にいるだけでドキドキしてしまいますから。
Blushing an unusually vivid shade of red, Sachi smiles up at me. Among all the expressions I've seen on her face these past few months, I think this might be the single most natural and the happiest. I see.
だから改めて言わせてください。
That? Pausing briefly, Sachi closes her eyes and takes a deep breath.
私、小峰幸はゆうくんのことが大好きです。
Oh.
ですからもしよければゆうくんのあなたの彼女でいさせてください。
She speaks her feelings plainly and directly, the smile never leaving her face. It's almost like I'm looking at a memory of the Sachi I knew as a child. There's a slightly enjoyable tickle of embarrassment in my chest. Well, seems I managed to win this girl over somehow, but this one gives as good as she gets. I came up with a lot of decent justifications for trying to help her. Repaying you the kindness she showed me as a child, discovering the meaning of my master words, etc., etc. But to be honest, it's a lot less complicated than that. I've been slowly but surely falling in love with Sachi for a while now. You want the girl you love to be smiling. When something's making her suffer, you want to get rid of it. That's really all there was to it.
ゆうくん、黙っていられると私とても不安になってしまうのですが。
I'm sorry, Sachi. I'd like to just stay friends. Imagine that at this point. Imagine if that was the good bad ending choice here. But your anxious face isn't half bad either, you know?
やっぱりゆうくんは意地悪です。
Have you not known me for long enough? Don't get sulky. You're going to have to put up with this sort of thing on a regular basis from now on.
それって
Of course. If my pomosity has finally set off some warning bells, you can withdraw your candidacy before it's too late.
いえ、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Breaking into an ear-to-ear grin, she throws herself forward against my chest. Something about the pleasant warmth of her body brings the vague feelings I've been carrying all this time into sharp focus.
私はバカですね。
And I get to touch that one.
ゆうくんが私を彼女にすると言ってくれたこと、私の代わりにみんなのお願いを聞いてくれたこと、そして今まで私に送ってくれたたくさんの言葉たち、その意味がやっと分かった気がします。
I don't see the problem. This isn't a race. How long it took you to see what you were missing isn't important. What really matters is how clearly you understand where you went wrong, and how well you make use of that knowledge from now on.
なんだか素敵な言葉です。
Can't take the credit. I'm quoting someone who helped me find my own way of life a while ago now.
つまりゆうくんにとってのゆうくんということですね。
How's that supposed to mean?
ゆうくんは今も昔も私に道を示してくれましたから。
Nice to hear. I'll have to take Sachi's word for it, though. I really don't remember doing that much for her. But even if I'm not half the person my master was, I left a mark in Sachi's heart back then. And maybe in helping her now, I've managed to pay off some small part of the debt of gratitude I owe Asuko.
それにゆうくんはいい子でいることも悪くないって言ってくれましたけど、私はもう今までのようないい子でいられないかもしれません。
Oh, it's part of you in a way. You'll never be exactly the same, and that's probably for the best, but still. Sorry, what exactly does that mean?
ゆうくんが言っていた私が私でいられるということ、それはきっと昔のようにわがままだった自分といい子でいようとする今の自分、その2つを含めた私が本当の私だってことなんですよね。
I see. Yeah, that is one way of looking at it.
はい、だから今の私はとてもわがままが言いたい気分です。
Selfish how?
私に大切なことを教えてくれたゆうくんへの感謝の気持ち。
Let's see where this is going.
そしてそんなゆうくんのことが大好きだという気持ちを伝えたいんです。
The words are barely out of Sachi's mouth before she brings her face to mine. Just like that, she softly kisses me. For the first time, I feel the warmth of her lips against mine. A long, gentle kiss, as if to affirm our mutual feelings. As I savor the simple pleasure, I wrap my arms firmly around Sachi, pulling the weight of her body against mine. For a long moment, Sachi closes her eyes and focus entirely on the movement of her lips. When she finally pulls back to draw a breath, her mouth leaves mine with palpable reluctance.
大好きです。ゆうくん、今も昔も、そしてこれからも。
Yeah, same to you, kid.
気持ちを伝えた相手が自分と同じ気持ちでいてくれるのはとても嬉しいです。
That phrasing, though. Same to you, kid. Oh, that's so not romantic. Let's go with the real. Let's not be sarcastic there. Not a fact.
今ならゆうくんがどうしてキスをしようとしなかったのか、最後までエッチをしてくれなかったのか、その理由もわかる気がしますから。
Let's hear it then.
私が今感じているこの気持ちが大事だったんですね。
Nice work, as always.
ありがとうございます。
With a mere smile and words of thanks, Sachi offers me a polite little bow. I've heard the same thing many times before, but now that I fully understand just how much I care about this girl, the sincere gratitude in her voice inspires a wave of happiness that takes me by surprise in its intensity.
だからこの気持ちをこれからも言葉にさせてください。今まで伝えられなかった分も全部。
You sure do ask a lot, don't you?
覚悟してくださいね。私は初恋もゆうくんなんですから。
Oh, you know what they say about first loves. Yeah, I'll strengthen my resolve. So Sachi can smile like this after all. I love you, Sachi. For the first time, I tell her exactly how I feel, and immediately thereafter, I bring my lips to hers. Being loved by someone, and loving them in return. A basic human experience, normal, healthy emotions, uncomplicated happiness. The sort of thing I thought I lost forever a long time ago. But it seems the life I've led was enough to permanently erase that part of me. I finally found it again. Savoring the pleasure of our simultaneous physical and emotional connection, we lie there for some time, enjoying the warmth of each other's bodies. It's gonna be a cold night in the dormitory. Oh, it's not too damaged. Okay, back to the night sky. Human warmth might just might be the one and only drug God permits us. Interesting. Or so I thought the first time I slept with a woman. The welcoming softness of their skin, the just right heat of their bodies, is enough to make your brain melt out of your ears. When you've got something like that lying in your arms, it's only natural that you'd want to hold on to it forever. But unfortunately, only monkeys get to spend their lives immersing themselves in physical pleasure. And I happen to be a higher primate with other things to worry about. Specifically, the stunts I just pulled off on behalf of the girl I fell in love with. I destroyed Mihama Academy, knowing full well how much trouble it would cause for me as well. I've got to accept reality and own up to my actions. First and foremost, to the four girls who were so concerned for Sachi.
Sachi!
Yep. The instant we enter the dorm and announce our arrival, Michiru pounces like a twin-tailed tiger, wrapping both arms around Sachi.
急に発情しないでください、みちる様。前々から言っていますが、私にそっちのけは。
Oh.
こんな時に何とぼけてるのよ。あんたが無事に帰ってきたから喜んでるんでしょ。私が無事に？チルチルの言う通りなのよ。空を飛んでたら急に壊れて心配したのよさ。空を飛んでたら壊れて。
God, I hope the school has funds to fix this.
小峰さんは知らなかったかもしれないけれど、学園が爆破された時、私たちはヘリに乗っていたのよ。
なるほどです。ゆうくんの言っていた安全な場所というのは空の上だったんですね。
Pretty post-bouncing little tour, right? Just about right for the last night of summer vacation.
ええ、これまで見てきた中でも最低の夜景だったわ。
Oh, come on. Sakaki's words are sardonic and accusatory, but the look on her face is surprisingly gentle. I didn't get the impression she's actually angry.
確かにさっちゃんとユージが無事だったのは良かったけど。
Her, on the other hand.
二人には納得のいく説明をしてもらわないとね。
In contrast, Amani marches right up and grabs me on the shoulder, resembling nothing so much as an ogre who woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Sure, what do you want me to explain?
なんのって、私たちの学園がなくなってることについてに決まってるでしょ。
Oh, just a little redecorating.
急いで戻ってきたら学園は瓦礫の山になってるし、こうして寮が残ってたことにびっくりしたくらいよ。
The power of math and engineering, as you would full well should know, possibly. Ah, right, yes, that.
そのことかってね。
Well, what's to explain? Got rid of the test, as requested.
どこがただなのよ。私たちは学園をなくしてなんてお願いした覚えはないわよ。ヘリに乗って気持ちよく夜景を眺めてたのに、突然自分たちの学園が崩れ始めて、みんな本当に驚いたんだからね。ユミちゃんなんか。
Oh, no.
小峰さんと風見くんが早くここから降ろしてってパイロットのおっちゃんにダダをこねて大変だったのよ。
Yumiko, here's the thing. As much as you try to hide it, you're not gonna be able to hide it.
それはあんなものを見せられたら誰だって。
そうよ。私たちがもし寮にいたら今頃小顔美人になってたかもしれないんだから。
It sounds like a net positive. But in any case, that's exactly the reason I made sure you're all safe in the sky.
ああ、なるほど。私が聞きたいのはそういうことじゃなくて、学園を壊しちゃった理由。
To get rid of the test. Oh my goodness, Amane. How else would have you gotten rid of the test? Well, as for that...
それは私から皆さんにお話しします。
Oh, okay, great. I don't need to talk. Good, go. Interrupting mid-sentence, Sachi takes a determined step forward.
さっちゃんが？
はい。テストをなくせという依頼を受けようとしたのも、学園を爆破することになったのも、すべてゆうくんが私のためにしてくれたことですから。
And so she explains clearly and frankly, starting at the very beginning, the advice I gave her, the feelings I conveyed to her, the trauma of her past and the struggles she's undergone ever since. She doesn't hold anything back. She doesn't flinch or even hesitate.
ですから、今回の件はすべて私の責任なんです。そのせいで、皆さんにとっても大切な学園を壊すことになってしまって、本当にすみませんでした。
There's a reason everyone here avoids talking about the past. We all vaguely understand that it can't be a pleasant topic for anyone in a place like this. Sachi, of course, is no exception. Talking about this can't be easy for her. But even so, she lays out everything bare in front of her friends, bows her head in sincere apology. Yeah, I think everyone has enough trauma. Don't know about Yumiko's specifics, or Amane, but she definitely seems like the type to have that trauma. Yumiko's a bit weird because she's in the school, but her parents pay for the school, and she doesn't seem like she has specific trauma, but she seems like she could have ended up here without having such severe trauma in comparison to everyone else, personally. Don't know. But in the same way, everyone probably understands it to the point where they're like, can we really blame them that much? Oh, I don't know. Our classmates, still half in shock over the abrupt demolition of their school, now have Sachi's complicated and unhappy life story to contend with as well. Finally understanding how their friend became the obedient maid they joked about all this time, the four girls sink into awkward silence. Yeah, that's just the way Sachi sees it. But the fact is, I'm the one who decided to blow up the school. I knew it was going to cause you trouble, but I did it anyways, so... And for what it's worth, I'm really sorry. Following Sachi's example, I lower my head in apology.
そうやって二人に謝られると何にも言えなくなっちゃうじゃない。まあ、そういうことなんだろうとは思っていたわ。
Sure you did. Probably something super vague and could possibly have that fit into it, right? Probably like my own...
要するに、もうサチが何でも言うことを聞く必要がなくなったってことでしょ?
Probably something like closer to my own speculation, personally.
だったら、それは喜ぶべきことじゃない。私はもともとサッチンとお兄ちゃんが無事ならそれでよかったのよさ。皆さん。
Sachi must have been genuinely prepared for anger or rejection. When she receives warm words instead, tears well up in the corner of her eyes. Now that she's finally realized just how important these people are to her, their acceptance must feel incredibly good. I think I owe you all an apology in particular, I think I owe you an apology in particular, Takaki.
だからあの時私に謝ったのね。
Oh yeah, yeah. I know it's not enough to just to say this, but I really am sorry.
別に謝ってもらう必要はないわ。
Well, just build another school. Should I apologize to your father? What?
あなたがどんな方法で私の父を納得させたのかは知らないけれど。
Oh, assumptions about persuading your father. Maybe I should assume I did, but I guess we'll figure out.
自分の娘を通わせている学園がなくなるというのに連絡の一つもよこさない。
That's fairly good evidence.
あの人にとって私とこの学園はきっとそれくらいの価値しかないのよ。
Right. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't think her life may have the same trauma as everyone else. Because she almost seems like a castaway, less so as someone with significant trauma.
それに新しい鳥かごもきっとすぐに用意されるわ。
Yeah, I'm aware that Sakaki and her father don't exactly get along, but we're talking about a large modern building with top-of-the-line facilities and equipment. The initial construction cost alone would have been well into the billions of yen. Dismissing something like that as a birdcage suggests she's still got a bit of the East Beach Group's CEO's daughter in her, whether she likes it or not.
ねえユミちゃん、そうやってカッコつけるのもいいけれど、せっかくなんだからお詫びに一発とか言っておかなくていいの？
Wait, do I have to still follow the whole doing
誰がそんなことを？
マキちゃん？
Yeah, Sachi's not gonna take that, man. Judging from how quickly they've returned, things have returned to the normal. I'm guessing Sachi, learning Sachi's past isn't going to make them awkwardly self-conscious around her.
でもそういうことになってたなら一言くらい私たちに相談してくれてもよかったのに。
Oh, but that would have ruined the surprise. Let's say I didn't. Would you have agreed to go along with this plan?
それは
More importantly, getting this done required some dicey maneuvering. If things had ended badly, your knowledge of the plan would have become a serious liability for you.
ちょっと待ってよ。じゃあユージとサチは犯罪者になっちゃったってわけ？
No, wrong route, wrong route.
だったら今頃もっとたくさんの警察が来て大騒ぎになってたんじゃない？
Or you know any police. Right. Like Money says, there's only a few cops standing. Oh, okay. Interesting. Standing outside the gate. No media presence whatsoever. I've noticed a few curious locals passing by to gawk at the rebel, but that's about it.
じゃあ
Sorry to disappoint, but it doesn't look like we'll be doing any time for this one.
なんだ、びっくりさせないでよ。
あなたのことだし、どうせそうならないように手を打っていたんでしょ？
I did what I could, but things could have played out differently. Came down to your father.
なるほどね。
なるほどって、そんな説明じゃ私には全然わからないんだけど。
I'm surprised he'd be so receptive for something that Yumiko describes as being basically an excuse to get rid of her. At least that's how she seems to have described it.
みちるじゃないけど、確かに今回の件は納得いかないことが多いのよね。あれだけ大掛かりなことをしたのに、どうして周りが騒ぎ立てないのかとか。
それは私が説明するわ。
Yeah, I think this one's a fairly easy one to explain if you consider the things Amani and was hearing earlier today.
学園長。
Chizuru, you're already done out there.
ええ、あなたとハルデラさんが頑張ってくれたおかげで、私の仕事はほとんどなかったようなものだから。
I see. Seems the dice really did fall pretty nicely this time, almost freakishly so.
じゃあ学園長はユージが学園を爆破しようとしていたことを知っていたんですか？
ええ、それはもちろん初めて聞いた時は顔が真っ青になったけれど、風見くんの熱意とそれが小峰さんのためになるって聞いてね。つまり年下のイケメンからおねだりされて思わず OK しちゃったってことなのよさ。
Thank you very much, Magina. Your kind words are appreciated.
違います。私は一教育者として学生の未来と自主性を。
でも学園長が事前に計画をしていたとしても、この落ち着きぶりはおかしいわ。
それは今回の件が世間的に納得済みのものだったからよ。
納得済みってどういうことなんですか？
Yeah, I'm guessing it was just announced as a planned demolition. However, they're framing it as a reason doesn't really matter.
言葉通り、昨日の爆破解体は正規に行われた工事だったの。事前に小指輪を配ってね。
Accepting a fly from Principal Tachibana's outstretched hand, a puzzled Michiru begins to read its contents out loud.
美浜学園新校舎設立に伴う現校舎施設解体作業のお知らせ？ちょっとそんなの聞いてないわよ。
Yeah, I do find that sort of weird. I mean, you did sort of hear about it, but I'm surprised people didn't just like straight up say anything to you about it.
解体予定日時2011年8月31日。何よこれ。
Well, that's exactly what it looks like. I made two specific requests of Chizuru. First and most important, I needed her to provide me detailed blueprints of the school in order to ensure an efficient, reliable demolition and prevent any collateral damage to the dormitory that's become our home. And secondly, I asked her to provide advice, advanced warning and follow-up with the Mishima Cape community. And Chizuru is both the principal of our school and the well-connected daughter of the prefectural governor. She was uniquely suited to play that role.
つまり今回の爆破解体は事前に壊しますよって予告されていたものが予定通りに行われただけのことだったの。
あ、だから商店街の人たちが大変だねって。
Still, you'd assume even if they assumed she knew about it, they'd at least like phrase something in a way that would give it away. Some except it's like, oh, sort of sucks about that whole demolition thing. It's like, oh, wait, demolition? Wait, could you go into that? That's specific enough for me to inquire more. I'm surprised she didn't inquire more about the other stuff, even though she was yeah, whatever. Weird plot conveniences. Doesn't really matter that much. It's a minor thing.
多分そうでしょうね。
それにしたって新聞やテレビで一切のニュースになっていないのはおかしいわ。
そこに関しては私も詳しいことはわからないけれど、どうやら今回の件は報道規制がかけられているらしいのよ。
Interesting.
報道規制？
By who? Through Harodera or your father?
榊さんなら知っているかもしれないけど、この国は1992年にあったビル解体以降、大掛かりな爆破解体はほとんど行われていない。だから学園施設の爆破解体ともなれば、世間は嫌でも騒ぎ立てる。
Wait. Okay, I'm not familiar with this at all. Interested, but not familiar at all.
それを快く思っていなかったのか、国から大掛かりな報道規制がかけられているみたいで。
What?
それはあなたとハルデラさんの差し金だったんでしょ？
Yeah, that we did.
やっぱりあなたとハルデラさんなら何かやってくれるとは思っていたけれど。
Okay.
まさかこんな手を打ってくるなんて。
Why did I say what? Whatever.
国ってどんだけすごいのよ、あんたたち。
Oh yeah, don't worry about our connections. Don't worry about that. It's not important.
ユージが私たちとは違う意味で普通じゃないのはなんとなく感じてたけど、本当に何者？
Good question. If I tell you, I have to kill you. I actually don't know if the situation might actually fall under that. It might. I'm not sure. What's again with this? Name, Kazami Yuuji, occupation, student, currently attending Miyama Academy. We've been introduced, haven't we? God, it's been a while.
今となってはその言葉ほどうさんくさいものはないわね。
None of what I said is untrue.
まあ、隠すってことは言えないってことなんだろうから、これ以上は聞かないけどね。
I'm still suspicious of you, Mene. Just what I expect from a discreet young lady like yourself, Amani. A damn good woman.
別の女の子を選んだ男の子にいい女だって言われてもね。
Very true.
すみません。
Don't apologize for me picking you over her.
いや、謝られると余計傷つくから。
そんなことより、まずはお風呂に入ってきた方がいいんじゃない？服汚れてるわよ。
She reaches down and sweeps a few lingering clumps of grass from Sakaki's skirt.
そういえばそうでした。
大浴場もいつも通りに使えるから。
なんならお兄ちゃんと一緒に入っちゃってもいいのよさ。マキちゃんにここまでお願いされては仕方ありませんね。一緒に入りましょう、ユウくん。
The principal's still here, right? Using her babbling is an excuse. Oh, you're shameless, woman.
さすがユウくん、なかなかガードが硬いです。
Wait, what happened? Yeah.
学園長として風紀を乱すような行動は見逃せません。お風呂はちゃんと別々に入ること。
Please, would you like to join us, Principal? It could be a bath for three, or, everyone could just come in at the same time.
それは嫉妬でしょうか？違います。教育者としての行動理念です。残念で です。
You wanted jealousy?
それで2人がお風呂から上がったらもう一度ここに集まってちょうだい。それから仮校舎での授業について説明するから。
Ooh, we actually do get other ones, okay.
仮校舎？校舎がなくなったからといって授業をしないわけにはいかないでしょ。
Oh, we didn't actually stop the test.
これでもすぐに授業が始められるようにって頑張ったんだから。そこは頑張らなくてもよかったです、学園長。そういうことを考える子がいるから授業を休めないんです。はい。それじゃあここで一度解散にしましょうか。
その前に一つ質問があるんですが。
何？榊さん。
校舎がなくなる前に予定されていた学力テストは行われるんです。
The answer to the question leaves Akaki's lips. Sachi's expression grows visibly serious. Oh. His entire plan was carried out under the pretext of getting rid of that test. I guess it's only natural for the outcome would be a point of interest for everyone in this room.
それは小峰さんに聞きたいんだけれど。
私にですか？
ええ。小峰さん、あなたはまだ学力テストをなくす必要があると思う？
それは。
Halfway through a tentative sentence, Sachi closes her eyes and falls silent to think of the question more carefully. We watch and wait in tense silence for the results of her deliberations.
思いません。みんなが受けるテストなら私たちも受けるべきです。
本当にそれでいいのね。
I get the impression Chizuru had been expecting this answer, but she gently asked for the confirmation anyway.
はい。そのテストでいい点を取ってゆうくんに褒めてもらえるように頑張ります。
And Sachi's shamelessly cheerful response, delivered with a big smile on her face, takes even me by surprise.
ここまで開き直られると怒る気にもならないわね。なんだかかっこいいのよ、サッチン。はあ、結局はのろけですか。そうですか。
Just a few hours ago, the girl had been willing to do anything and everything to get rid of that test, up into and including something as dramatic as destroying her own school. So, understandably enough, everyone was startled by her overwhelmingly bright and positive answer. But it was undeniable proof that Sachi was no longer trapped by the skewed system of values she'd clung to for so long. Maybe that cheerful smile was a little audacious after all that, but nobody was about to criticize her for it. Once Zero let us know that the standardized test would in fact be conducted a few days later than originally scheduled, we brought the gathering to a temporary conclusion. After watching Sachi head off for her well-deserved bath, I pull out one of my cell phones to make a call. Yeah.
もしもし、ユージ？
Yeah, I figured I should give you a status update, right? After a single ring and a little electronic static, I hear the usual voice on the other end of the line. Hey, JB, I've got a question I need to ask you in person.
奇遇ね。私もあなたと話したいことがあったのよ。
Oh, I said what and I wasn't sure about it. Okay, I'm thinking I just took responsibility so there wasn't any follow-up. How convenient. Unfortunately, we've got some onlookers hanging around the usual place. Would you mind heading somewhere else? I'll send you the address.
ええ、それで問題ないわ。
Our concise little conversation concluded, I immediately prepare to head out. Ooh, that's a fair... What's happening? There's more to it. About 10 minutes after I reached the place I specified, a comically conspicuous yellow sports car arrives on the scene. Yes, good stealth mission, JB. This is a great stealth mission. Yes, bring the bright and very obnoxious car. That's a good one. Naturally, it isn't long before a certain splendidly shaggy-headed blonde emerges. Yeah, that didn't take long. Not that it ever does with you.
片棒を担いだ共犯者としてあの学園の最後を見届けようと思っていたから。
You know, I might have had a sexual connotation to that, thing I said. Didn't take long. Not that it ever does with you. Oh. Yeah, sure. Maybe you're just watching me constantly through a high-powered telescope.
私たちの仕事にそんな時間がないことは知っているでしょ?
But you're not denying the possibility of the telescope. You have enough time to bitch about nagging bosses with your co-workers, don't you?
帰るわよ。
Sorry, just a joke.
で、ユージの尋ねたいことっていうのは今回の件についてよね。
Yeah. From what Chizuru tells me, Kazami Yuuji dropped a gag order on this.
ええ、該当地域の公的機関、各社報道局、新聞社、雑誌社なんかには軒並みね。
I see. At first glance, that strikes me as almost disproportionate level of legal force. It must have taken some serious groundwork, money, and political authority to get such a wide-scale order in place. Sorry, I think I must be missing something here. Mind if I work through this from the top? Our school is owned and administered by the Sakaki Academy Educational Corporation, one small arm of the corporate octopus Sakaki's father controls. But from what you found, the school wasn't actually built by East Beach Construction, the architectural branch. Instead, Sakaki quietly brought in the second base player in the field, Nishizono Construction. Right so far, right?
本来なら売り上げを競うライバル企業として互いにしのぎを削る中であるはずの2社が手を取り合っていた理由。
Oh, that's nice.
そこには長年にわたる談合の存在があり、国からの補助金を目当てとした計画的な工事費用の水増しなんかが行われていた。
Neato. Yeah, that makes some semblance of sense why they'd want to keep anything involving this place off the media's, vision, charts, whatever. And your plans use that knowledge as a shield for my otherwise unthinkable bit of demolition work.
両者間の不正を証明するデータの存在を知らせ、それを理由に美浜学園の爆破解体を予告。
An even better excuse to think that that data and whatnot might get out there if the media wasn't gagged.
そして世間にはあくまで私的な理由での解体工事として爆破解体を申請した。
Right, so this is where it stops making sense. It's one thing for the East Beach or Nishizono to throw some money around to keep the press off the scent. But if we're talking about a gag over in Kazami Yuuji, then...
今回の件を公にすることが国家という集団意志にとって不利益を生むと判断されたということね。
Okay. JB interrupts in a cold, flat tone of voice. Is that you telling me I shouldn't pry any further? Her expression has changed to match. Is the face of a superior giving orders to a subordinate in the workplace? From the sound of things, I'm going to guess you know the exact reason that decision was made.
ええ、知っているわ。でもそれはあなたに知る権利が与えられていない情報よ。
I'm guessing the corruption is considered the corruption of these two companies are considered the best for everyone, maybe? I see. Understood. Then again, wouldn't an absolute gag order being sent out about it really tend to cause people to be even more curious about it?
気にしていた割には随分あっさりしているのね。
You just gave me pretty much the entire answer. As much as I need to know anyways.
そう。
Apparently satisfied that I'm not going to press the matter further, JB lets the intimidating scowl drop off her face.
じゃあ、その話はここでおしまいね。
And with a casual flip of her voluminous blonde hair, she's right back to normal. I wasn't expecting you to move on so easily yourself.
あなたがこれ以上聞こうとしないなら気を張る必要はないもの。
Ooh, telling me this now, maybe I should just do a counterattack right now. Judging by her attitude, JB's not really interested in the conclusions I've drawn. She just wants to make it clear that I need to keep them to myself.
それから今回の件に関する市ヶ谷からの処分だけど、本件に関する9029号が取った行動の一切を不問とし、これまで通り予備役扱いで待機
Cool.
とのことよ。
Affirmative.
本当に聞き分けがいいわね。あなたのことだからもっと噛みついてくると思っていたのに。
I don't see the problem. Even if I don't know the exact details, it seems Ichikai and I have shared a common interest on this one. Come to think of it, it wouldn't surprise me if your cooperation with this plan was authorized by someone upstairs.
そこまで分かっていれば上出来ね。
Interesting. I'm guessing they were able to use this as an excuse in order to do something they wanted. Maybe get their tendrils into some aspect of society or business that they're able to use to their advantage. I know that they're typically more treated as a subordinate, of the people's will, but I could imagine them having that sort of influence. With an almost amused smile, JP turns smoothly on her heel and heads for her car. Didn't you have something you wanted to ask me as well? I've been waiting for that.
それじゃあ仕事になったらまた連絡するから、今は体を休めなさい。どうせ爆破の準備でほとんど寝ていないんでしょ。
I'm back at you. Make sure you're getting your beauty sleep, alright? Your skin's gonna turn into a mess at this rate.
ご忠告ありがとう。
Ah, oh my. Such love. Such love. Her tone taking a distinct turn for the sour, Jamie slips into her car, then vanishes obnoxiously into the night. The details aren't clear to me, but apparently the country doesn't think too highly of what East Beach has been getting up to lately. Oh, you mean you think... Okay. At a guess, someone probably decided they could use my plan to wreck Takaki's pet project as something of a warning shot across his bow. I'd gone into this fully prepared to be cold for messing around with a major player, but my luck seems to have been astoundingly good. A pet dog tries to bite its owner, only to have them protect him from the potential consequences. I guess it's not a completely unheard of outcome, given a valuable enough mutt. But even if some influential elements in Ichigai and Kazami Yuuji were on board with this, it's hard to understand how such a thorough gag order got handed down so quickly. It almost seems plausible that someone was orchestrating all this from behind the scenes. Maybe that genius criminal we've been supposedly got locked up in the basements? Wait. Maybe that genius criminal we supposedly got locked up in the basements? Oh! Right, I actually sort of remember that. It was like some guy they used to like predict patterns in behavior. Yeah, sure. Just because I'm drawing a blank doesn't mean I need to start drawing conclusions based off some urban legend our female employees invented, for lack of anything better to talk about at lunch. In any case, it seems the country itself is protecting me on this one. No reason to look a gift horse in the mouth. For one thing, this means I don't have to give her any new worries. Oh, hey Sachi. Apparently Sachi was waiting for me to return. She dropped right up the inside to the dorm.
おかえりなさい、ゆうくん。
Yeah.
それで、大丈夫でしたか？
Oh, you're gonna have to be more specific.
ゆうくんはきっと私に大事なことを気づかせてくれるために無理をしてくれたんですよね。
Right. Fair enough.
そのせいで春寺さんから怒られたんじゃないですか？
I wonder if I'm actually ever going to disclose the details to you. Or Mitru. I don't have to worry about Makina's ending, because that sort of had to be disclosed at some point, basically. She really is a sharp one. My face hasn't spontaneously started displaying my thoughts in both time, has it? And that's where JP was on board with this from the start.
そうだったんですね。
Yeah.
でもこれだけは覚えていてください。これから先にゆうくんが悩んだり迷ったりすることがあったとしても、私はゆうくんを信じます。
I do have to say, after something like this, it would be hard to see someone, especially someone that you love, and think, this person probably always has my best interest in mind, don't they? I'm gonna fucking trust them. What?
だからゆうくんも自分を信じてください。私には信じることしかできません。でもその私を信じると言ってくれたのはゆうくんなんですから。
In the few hours since we stood above the ruined school, our position seemed to have been completely reversed. The clarity of her feelings and the force of her convictions are enough to make me feel. The clarity of her feelings and the force of her convictions are enough to make me, well, tremble. Guess I did say something like that.
はい。
Didn't I? Come to think of it, this is probably the reason I was drawn to Sachi in the first place. Trapped in constant hesitation, unable to find any real reason, real meaning in my existence, I wanted someone who could tell me it's all right. Someone who could look me in the eyes and say you can be here. Someone who could see past all my lies and half-truths, and say I believe in you with absolute conviction. Someone like Sachi. Sachi.
はい。何でしょう。
Mind if I hug you? Before the words are fully out of my mouth, I've wrapped my arms around Sachi's waist and pulled her small body close.
まだ返事をしていないのにもう れています。
I will withdraw this hug if you really, really don't want it. I'm also pretty sure I'm still pretty dirty, so yeah. Sorry, I just couldn't restrain myself.
そう言われると反論できません。とてもずるい言い方です。
Yeah, playing fair isn't really my style. But since when were you the sort to get flustered or something like this?
多分違ったと思います。でも今はこんなにドキドキしてしまうんです。
Her face bright red, Sachi hugs me back, tightly pressing her chest against me. True enough, her heartbeat seems to be significantly elevated. Nice to know she wasn't exaggerating for my benefit. At this point, I finally know something's a little unusual about her. Yeah, the clothes. Yeah, by the way, these clothes.
はい。以前海でのデートで着させてもらった服です。制服が汚れてしまったのでこの服に着替えたのですが、その似合っているでしょうか。
Her voice wavering uncertainly, Sachi looked up into my eyes. Just seeing her act like this is enough to hit me with the fierce kick of affection. Yeah, incomprehensibly good. You're fabulous, kid.
なんだか今とてもバカにされたような気がします。
Yeah, I think having the kid on there is typically going to result in that a little bit. Just your imagination. You look cute, Sachi.
わかりました。ゆうくんのその言葉を信じます。
I thought you were going to trust me unconditionally. Oh my goodness. Sachi, I feel so betrayed now. My goodness. As I pet Sachi's head, the expression on her face suggests her displeasure isn't quite as sincere as she'd like me to believe. The girl's not exactly hard to understand, but then again, this childish simplicity is a big part of her natural charm.
それからもうすぐ仮校舎での授業についての説明が始まるのですが、ゆうくんはまだお風呂に入っていませんよね。
Yeah, I was planning to go in after you finished, but...
だったら急ぎましょう。なんなら私も一緒に入ってお手伝いします。
Oh, sure. Thanks, but I'll pass. No, come on, Yuuji.
ゆうくんはどうしてそういうことを言うんですか？自分の彼女が海外しく尽くそうとしているのに。
Oh, come on. She just said we can't go bathe together. She didn't say she couldn't help. Because I get the feeling that your servicing would go a little beyond washing my hair. Not my back. What if she washes my feet too?
その発言はとても失礼です。
Yeah, I seem to remember you implying the exact same...
聞こえません。
You know no shame. You know no shame. The test literally hasn't been settled in this instant, but one thing's already become clear to me. After all the time I spent floating indecisively along, I found something like a reason to live. And without a doubt, this girl is the one who gave it to me. I have Sachi now. Well, that's enough. I have someone who believes in me, who trusts in my return, who smiles wholeheartedly at my words. No matter what else I have to give up, I want to protect that. She's irreplaceable to me. For her sake, if nothing else, I think I can go on.
Oh.
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 Oh. What's that mean, Drew? Practicing your courtship behavior in preparation for mating season. It is quite effective right now. I really do. Sort of get me going.
殴るわよ。私たちの学園を壊しちゃったくせに。おま風見のくせに。
You think you could break my face? I would like to see you motherfucking try. Don't be mean.
言うなよ。じゃないわよ。可愛く言ったってあんたのやったことがなしになるわけじゃないんだからね。
Hey, it's not all that bad. Remember how depressed you were about summer vacation ending? Now you've got another week.
それは確かにユージのおかげかもしれないけど。
As Chizuru said, our present lack of a school building doesn't mean we can just stop holding classes entirely. At the second meeting yesterday evening, she explained Mihaman Academy would be temporarily renting a nearby building that had previously been used as a commercial cram school. But it seemed some relatively extensive maintenance was necessary to bring the infrastructure up to the necessary standards, so we ended up getting a 1-week emergency extension to our summer vacation. Of course, considering the limited amount of time Chizuru had to prepare for this demolition, I doubt anyone else could have gotten things up and running even that quickly. So, why are you practicing your war shout?
おたけびでもないわよ。 っていうか、あんたの目は風穴。周りをよく見てみなさいよ。
Consciously refraining from any comment on Michiru's interesting choice of words, I glance around the lobby. Sure enough, something unusual immediately catches my eye. Now that you mention, the dorm does seem really clean today.
そう、私はこの仕事ぶりに感心していたのよ。
In other words, it is the work of...
はい、インランメイド改め恋するメイド小峰幸です。
Ah, interesting.
サチ、あんた元気になったのはいいけど、なんかキャラ変わってない？
I have a feeling you're going to be treated a lot less purely respectfully, Michiru. I have a feeling.
だとしたら、それは恋の力かもしれません。
恋の？
No. No.
そのツインテールをギュッと引っ張ってリボン結びにしてしまいますよ、みちる様。
Ooh, interesting idea. I'd like to see how that goes.
まあ、あんたがそう言うならそうなんだろうけど、何はともあれ、サチがまた掃除をしてくれるようになって助かったわよ。
そうなんですか？
まあね、あんたが悩んでる間もユージやアマネなんかが定期的に掃除はしてくれてたけど、サチが戻ってきた途端こんなに綺麗になってるのよ。そりゃあサチの偉大さを再認識するってもんでしょう。
You never knew what you had until you lose it. Yes, you have a point. I put a respectable amount of effort into maintaining the dorm in Sachi's stead, but unlike her, I was acting out of necessity. When you've got someone who actually enjoys cleaning for its own sake, you'll naturally get a more thorough, attentive job. Somehow, the place feels genuinely more pleasant to be in.
私のお掃除がお役に立っているとしたら、それはお父さんとお母さんのおかげです。
そうなの？
はい、これはゆうくんにはお伝えしてあることなのですが、お父さんとお母さんから褒めてもらったことがきっかけで、私は
なるほどね。そういうところをちゃんと見てくれてたってことは、それだけサチのことが好きだったってことなんでしょうね。
Yeah. What you're saying though.
そうですよね。
Oh yeah, they did. Even if they got distracted and didn't show you the equal amount of love all the time that you were with them. Or attention.
何か気になることでもあった？
いえ、そんなことはありません。
Sachi told her classmates about the tragic accident that scarred her childhood, but not about the way her parents had abruptly grown distant and disinterested. Without knowing that part of the story, I suppose Michiru's reaction is, well, perfectly natural.
そうだ、サチ、せっかくだから私のツインテールも久しぶりに言ってよ。
They grew distant, but I don't believe they stopped loving you or even loved you less. They just weren't able to give you as much attention, and it seemed that way. And in a sense, they might have not even realized how... They did not seem like they realized exactly how it was affecting you. Up until the end, where they tried to make an effort. They did obviously try to make an effort. I don't think they stopped loving you any less. So, yeah.
みちる様の髪をですか？
そう、自分でも言えるんだけど、やっぱりサチにやってもらった方がビシッと決まるのよね。
わかりました。そういうことでしたら、この小峰幸、喜んで。
はい、決まり。
The instant Sachi agrees, Michiru grabs her by the hand and drags her up to the second floor.
小峰さん、数日前とは見違えるくらい生き生きとしているわね。
Oh, if it isn't just Zero.
ねえ風見くん、前々から思っていたんだけど、学校で話すときは千鶴じゃなくてちゃんと学園長って呼んでくれない？
Tempting. Very tempting, but I think my morals go against that. In other words, you want me to reserve Chizuru for Ben?
そのベッドに別の女の子を乗せることにしたくせに。
Oh my. You say something.
なんでもありません。
Her expression suddenly dripping with displeasure, Chizuru turns her face away from me like a sulking child. It's been oddly cranky lately. Oh, she's been oddly cranky lately. Maybe it was a bad one this month. No, don't, Yuuji. You're stupidly sexist sometimes. Whatever. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I know I've caused you a hell of a lot of hassle recently. I want to apologize.
どうしたの？急に改まって。
Well, I guess I've gained a little bit more perspective on all this, after the fact. But when all's said and done, that plan never would have gotten off the ground without your cooperation. I'm trying to show a little gratitude.
なるほど。それは殊勝な心がけね。でも、あまり気にしないで。いつでも力になるって言ったのは私なんだから。
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it.
それに、小峰さんが抱えていた問題は解消されたんでしょ？
I don't know about that, but at the very least, I think she's gotten free of those laws that were binding her.
そしてそれを取り除いたのは風見くんじゃない。
Oh, thank you. But you're wrong. I just gave her the chance she needed to wriggle her way out.
きっかけ？
Her rules were a defense mechanism. Before she could accept her own feelings, she had to see that system fail. She had to lose something precious to her. For that to happen, she needed to have something precious to lose in the first place.
確かにその通りね。
And Sachi cared enough about Miyama Academy for that to qualify. In other words, the real credit for her change has to go to this place and everyone in it.
なるほどね。
What's with the detached down to zero? You're on that list too. Pretty near the top, in fact.
Huh?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but every student in this school is a live grenade. Not only did you accept them, but you've been juggling skillfully, enough that nobody's lost a limb yet. Don't you think that's worth a little recognition? This is the closest thing to a Principal Tachibana ending that we have! Oh my goodness.
風見くんからそんなことを言われるとは思わなかったわ。ちょっとびっくり。
Well, all I'm saying is that you should try to have a little more confidence in yourself.
あなたからそう言われるほど自信がなくなるのはどうしてかしらね。
Oh, I'm sorry. With a small sigh, Chihiro smiles wryly. Seems I managed to blunder obliviously until yet another landmine.
それじゃあ、私はそろそろ仕事に戻るわね。
Yeah, keep it up, Principal Tachibana. We're counting on your skills.
任せておいて。
Yep. With a girly little pump of her fist, Chihiro strides out the front door. I'm actually calling her that. Oh, such a shame. There's Sachi's problem, huh? Hope she's right, but...
ゆうくん
Hmm? Finally noticing the soft voice calling my name, I turn around to find Sachi tugging at my sleeve. Makes me a little nostalgic for our first meeting here. Hey, Sachi. What, are you done with already done with Michiru's hair?
はい、みちる様に喜んでいただけるようにテールの数も一つ増量させていただきました。
Fucking prov. Oh, I gotta see this. Oh, I won't, but I hope I can. I don't think those qualify as twin tails anymore. A triple tail?
はじめはみちる様もそうおっしゃっていたのですが、
Oh no, I'm turning into her.
こっちの方が強そうですよと進言したところ、確かにそうねとご納得いただけたみたいで。
Not that it looks less stupid. I see. Oh, Michiru, just how pitiful can one human being be?
それよりゆうくんは学園長さんと仲がいいですよね。
Oh, are you really jealous of that? Oh, I don't know if I agree with that assessment.
ですが、時々学園長さんのことを千鶴と呼ぶことがありますよね。
Yeah, not sure if she's mentioned this to you, but we're acquaintances, nothing else to it.
ゆうくんはただの知り合いの女性を呼び捨てにするんですか？
I've been calling you Sachi from pretty much the moment I transferred in, you know?
そういえばそうでした。
Okay, look.
ゆうくんの誠意ある対応のおかげで学園長さんとはただのお知り合いだということは分かりました。ですが内外からモテモテの彼氏さんを持つ私の不安は収まりません。
What?
というわけでここは乙女的事前対策を取らせていただきます。
Preemptive countermeasures?
はい、とりあえずこちらへ。
Just like that, she marches off decisively, towing me along by the hand. Hold on, Sachi. Well, a few ways I can imagine this going. As we enter her room, Sachi cautiously surveys the area, then nods to herself. Safe from what?
人目をはばかるようなことをしても咎められないという意味でです。
Neato, okay. Illicit activities, don't tell me.
はい、そのまさかです。 A little before midnight. Oh my, that one. I was stirring awake in my arms. Okay, we've just been sleeping for a while. That would have taken a while. What, up already? Okay, you know what? I don't know how close I am to the end. But the fact that this is still going, if I'm close to the end, I'm going to try to record more before next episode. But I'll figure out exactly where I am. But I'm sort of out of this time-ish thing-ish now. But I'm going to call this a recording session at least, so... no, that worked. It worked. I was right about the bomb thing, sort of, kind of, maybe. Sort of the same idea I was thinking of. I wasn't thinking of straight-up demolition, though. I was just more thinking of, like, ruin the place in a way. That was a bit more extreme than I first expected, and less extreme than some of my other thoughts in terms of killing people or faking killing people. Yeah. Okay, well. I will see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.